Hello and welcome back, students. I am Anushka Sundaram, your computer instructor, and today we will study about computer inside the system unit. So as you know, what is a system unit? It is this system, it is this unit of computer devices which we usually call the CPU. Alright, it is a box like case that stands near the monitor, and also in some cases we put this system unit horizontally just below our monitor. It is the most important part of the computer system. It protects the internal components from damage, so which is why we also call it as a computer case. Then we have electronic components, and most of the storage devices of a computer reside inside this. All these things, all the processors or the storage devices, which is like the hard disk or our RAM and other things, reside inside this computer system, computer case. While the other devices which we are attached, which are attached to our computers externally, such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, speakers, etc., they normally occupy the space outside the system unit. Now we will study the components inside the system unit. Motherboard, CPU, memory, disk drive, power supply and ports. These are the things that are the components of any system unit. Let's study about motherboard now. So motherboard, it's a large circuit board inside the system unit. It is also known as a system board or the main board. It holds many electronic components such as the processor and the main memory. So this is something what a motherboard looks like. It has all the systems attached on this circuit board. Our processor is here, our RAMs are attached here, our connectors for various devices. So everything that we connect on the outside of our CPU connects to this main thing. This is the main thing of any computer. CPU. Everybody calls the whole system the CPU, but CPU is the main simple chip, the processor. That is called the CPU. Just like your brain controls each part of your body, the CPU, the computer also has a brain which controls each part. So this chip is called a processor or a microprocessor and is placed on the motherboard. What is the speed of a CPU? The speed of CPU is measured in terms of megahertz or gigahertz. The faster the speed of the CPU, the faster the computer can operate. The speed of CPU is increasing day by day. Yeah, we all understand that with the advent of so much technology, with the processing companies, the latest processor is i7, Intel i7, and is extremely fast and measures in terms of gigahertz. Now we will study about the various memories, which is RAM and ROM. As we all have memory that helps in remembering things, computer also has the memory which remembers many things. So of course we know that we have a memory inside our brain as well as computer to store various data in. So the unit that is used to measure the computer's memory is bits and bytes. Computer memory usually consists of one or more chips such as RAM and ROM on the motherboard. Now let's see about RAM. RAM is called the primary memory or main memory that stores data and instructions temporarily in the computer. So please note, it stores the memory, stores the data temporarily in the computer. So what happens is when you start a computer, let's say you open a file, let's say you open a photograph, let's say you open a document, Word document. These all things are stored in your hard disk storage device. But to open that, it has to first move from storage device to RAM, and then it can be opened. The document can open. So all these files that are opened are first entered into the RAM only temporarily. So it is a volatile memory. Here it is mentioned that it is a volatile memory. So what volatile memory means is that all the things that we open will not be saved in the RAM permanently and will be deleted once we turn off the computer. So saving is the process of copying data from RAM to the hard disk. If we save something, if we save a document, what we do, we save the document, we move the data from the RAM to the hard disk, which is a permanent memory. Okay, so we have two fun updated knowledge sections here. Let's read about them. A peripheral device is a device you connect to a computer to expand its capabilities. Yeah, exactly. Peripheral devices are the ones that we attach. So keyboard, scanner, printer, speakers, webcam, all such devices are periphery devices. If the another one is, if the processor is the brain, as it controls every device of the computer, then the motherboard is certainly the spine onto which all the devices are connected. Interesting enough, because processor is the brain, but processor is is there on the motherboard, so it is the spine, the whole structure of our computer. Now we will study about the ROM. ROM is the read-only memory, as it suggests that the data on the ROM chips cannot be modified. So all the important programs of the all the important programs, instructions for the computer to perform a basic task, to get started, let's say, they are the ones that are stored in ROM. It is a non-volatile memory, and it means the contents are not lost when the power is switched off. Okay, so volatile and non-volatile's difference is this only, that volatile memory gets erased, gets deleted once we switch off our computer, but for ROM it will not be deleted. It's a non-volatile and it won't be deleted if we switch off our computer. Great. So now we study about the disk drives. These are the devices which we use for storing data, instructions and information for future use. Now of course, if I want to store a PDF, store a document, anything, where will I store it? I cannot store it in RAM or ROM, because RAM is volatile, while ROM is something that we cannot change. Some driver, so then disk drives come into play, such as hard disk, CD-ROM, DVD drive, Blu-ray drives. Let's see about them, each one of them. The hard disk drive is used to store data and instructions for future use. Most computers have one hard disk located inside the system unit. Okay, so our task for you is today, check your My Computers and then check in the settings, properties of the system, how much memory is in your hard disk. Is it 500 GB or 1 TB? And what is the difference between both? So how many GBs are in 1 TB? That's the task for you today. Additionally, you can also find out the amount of memory, memory in your phones. You can do that by checking your settings and in the storage section. Then we will see about CD-ROM and DVD drives. A CD-ROM or DVD drive reads information stored on compact disc, CDs or DVDs. Then as we see Blu-ray. So Blu-ray drive reads information stored on compact discs, CDs, DVDs or Blu-ray discs. Now we will see about SMPS. So what is an SMPS? Simply put, it is a power supply. Okay. So our computer needs power, and where does it get it from? It gets it from SMPS. You must have seen that fan. You must have seen that fan in your CPU. There's this outlet whereby there's a fan running out there. So what happens is, current in our electricity housing system is generally AC, alternating current, which is of 115 to 120 volts. But this type of power is unsuitable for our computers because it requires direct current. So what happens is, we convert that alternating current into direct current by using SMPS, which is switched mode power supply. Great. So, and SMPS converts the wall outlet AC power into DC. Well, problem is solved, and there's a fan built into the power supply that keeps the power supply cool, so that it does not get warm or hot. There's a fan provided so that it continuously cools the system off. Then we have adapter cards, ports, popular ports. Now we'll study about all such important things. So an adapter card is a circuit board that's fitted in the socket on the motherboard. It enhances the function of various components of computers. What are the things that are provided in the adapter cards? A modem card, video card, sound card, network card, all such cards which are important for us, various facilities such as sound card is important to connect or to play music. Video card is important to enhance the capabilities of a computer so that we can play games on our systems, such as GTA, for example, is quite a famous game. We have a modem card. So what that does is it allows us to connect to the internet using this modem card. Okay, now that, but quite recently, what has happened is motherboard are generally including all these facilities, and we do not need adapter cards anymore. All right, so now we'll study about the various ports in our system. I'll zoom this picture a bit so that you understand it a better way. Okay, so power port. So this is the power port which is used to connect our CPU with power supply, our system unit with power supply. Then we see the USB ports, HDMI ports, monitor ports. Now we will read about them here in details. USB ports, universal serial bus, or the USB port connects devices such as mouse, keyboard, printers to a computer. So USB port has now become universal in a sense that every device generally comes up with this port. VGA port, visual graphics array. VGA port allows us to connect an HDMI also. So they allow us to connect our monitor to the computers. Generally our display, their display ports, all such are display devices connect using these ports. Then we have audio ports, microphone port and speaker port. So they help to connect microphones, speakers and headphones to any computer system. Then we see a network port. It is used to connect the internet and network cable. Power port. It is used to connect the system to the power supply. It looks like this, like 3 dots are there. And if like something like this, I hope you get it. So let's just see once more here. Okay, so this is ports at the side of a laptop and at the back of the system unit. All such, this is a desktop and this is for a laptop. So we have a CD drive, we connect our speakers or microphones here. Generally what has happened in a laptop, we only are provided with one port to connect either the speaker or microphone, because laptops are already having speakers. Power port, the power supply of the charging point, let's call it. So power port is the charging point. It is generally a circle thing, unlike the power port of the system unit. Great. And then we see card reader port, network ports, monitor ports, HDMI ports, USB ports. All such ports are available in our system unit as well. So with that, we have studied all these ports and all these ports in details for any system unit. And students, do these exercises, and if you find any trouble, just let me know in the WhatsApp or in the comments below. I'll sort each one of them. Take care, students. Bye bye.